This will be my first time checking out Jewel. What's up, guys? GeorgeTheCloud here. Welcome to the channel and welcome to my life. Big shout out to Danny. Thank you so much for the request and for being a Patreon. So the song is Who Will Save Your Soul? That sounds kind of dark. I don't know if I have heard any of her music. I think she's an alternative 90s female singer from, what I have seen here and there. And actually, he has some information for me. I'm talking about Danny. All right, let me read this quickly here. He says, she has rather an interesting backstory. She was raised in Alaska on a homestead without indoor plumbing, heat, or running water, only a coal stove and an outhouse. In the early 90s, before she made it as a singer, she played clubs and coffee houses around San Diego, but was living out of her van as a homeless person. Came close to death a few times while living homeless. Oh, wow. That kind of puts things into perspective. Okay, well, let's get into the song. I'm looking forward to this. All right. From 1995, I believe, the year I was born. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you would like to support my music journey, please check out my Patreon. It makes a big difference. Grab some popcorn, fill up your water, put your headphones on. One. And let's go.
People living their lives for you on TV. They say they're better than you, and you agree. He says, hold my calls from behind those cold brick walls. Says, come here, boy, there ain't nothing for free. Another doctor's bill, a lawyer's bill, another cute cheap thrill. You know you love him if you put him in your will, but who will save your souls when it comes to the flowers now? Who will save your souls after those lies that you told, boy? And who will save your souls if you won't say your own? We try to hustle him, try to bustle him, try to cuss him. The cops want someone to bust it down on Orleans Avenue. Another day, another dollar, another wall, another tower went up where the homeless had their homes. So we pray to as many different gods as there are flowers, but we call religion our friend. We're so worried about us saving our souls, afraid that God will take his toll, that we forget to begin. But who will save your soul when it comes to the beggars now?
That voice break right there reminds me a lot of Shakira.
Save your soul when it comes to the beggars now. Oh, we'll save your souls after those lies that you told, boy. And who will save your souls if you won't say your own? Some are walking, some are talking, some are stalking their kill. Got social security, but it doesn't pay your bills. There are addictions to feed, and there are mouths to pay. So you bargain with the devil, but you're okay for 2 days. Say that you love them, take their money and run. Say it's been swell, sweetheart, but it was just one of those things, those flings, those things you got to call. So get out on the streets, girls, and bust your butts. Who will save?
Yo, I'm getting the chills.
Save your souls, those lies that you tell, boy. And who will save your soul if you won't save your own?
Wow. I need to start getting back into music from the 90s. And this is one of those reasons that it was like a weird decade of exploration, different genres of music, and sometimes you get surprises like this one. First things first, we hit the like. I subscribe to Jewel, and I'll have a link of the original video down in the description below. Her voice is so, like, there's so much character in it and variety. She was using so many different techniques in this song, and it was like at times with this whispery type of voice, it's like, and why the night need, and we're doing this, and then it would go to like, ooh, like very deep, and I don't know, it's like from within. I can't explain it. I'm not a doctor, but like in terms of your throat and the anatomy, there's many different ways that you could produce sound, right? And so when she was doing like, "Oh, save your soul," there, like with the voice crack and with like different muscles, and it reminds me a lot of how Shakira does like her accent sound, where like her voice breaks when she does things like this. And then she went back to like la da 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 vocalizations, and it was like so much back and forth, the different, and this was interesting. I'll put it that way. The guitar, okay, it's a very typical, strumming guitar of the 90s, and I really enjoy it. It's kind of simple, but for a song like this one, where it's more about I would say the like storytelling, and it's very lyrically heavy, right? Then just having that guitar in the background, I think it's all you need. At some parts we heard a little bit of like a bass solo going on, and maybe some keys, I think I heard. But all in all, the instrumentation was used more of as like a backdrop, right? We were focused on her singing and the music video here. People in the bathroom, okay, all types of people. Man, I was trying to figure out, right? It's like what is the concept here? And she kept bringing up, struggles, like, how are you gonna, feed the people? How are you gonna get out of this? Talking about money, talking about, social security, the bills, the addictions, and they're just very relatable things that apply to, a lot of people. And this song felt like you're trying to get something out, right, from within. It's like how they say comedians do what they do because they are, feeling pain on the inside. I think at times it applies to musicians. So whenever they're releasing something deep, it's like, yeah, they want you to think about it, but maybe also it's helping them, like in a bit of like self therapy, something like that. And knowing, a bit about where she came from, then I think this is very real for her, and the things that she went through, I'm sure, as life experiences. So the fact that she's playing in a bathroom, maybe she had to do that at some point, just out of desperation, trying to survive, right? If you're homeless, then you're just gonna do many things that normally you wouldn't do, because you're forced, right? You're at that point where it's like, well, I'm either gonna do this or not eat, right? So I get a sense of like this heavy, like, yeah, desperation and release of like, these are the things that have clouded my mind and that I'm dealing with. Oh, and this music video, it's kind of weird, but like I said, the 90s were weird. So we get black and white, then we go to color, and sometimes the footage has this filter making it look like it's from the 1950s or like some older type of era. And It's yeah, it's like that shot right there with the fishbowl. Huh. But all in all, it's very intriguing and to me about human life experiences and things that we deal with. Now, I'm going to look up the meaning real quick here for the research. So, Jules, Who Will Save Your Soul is a 1995 folk pop song exploring themes of disillusionment, the searching for meaning, and the dangers of materialism. It questions who will help individuals when they are looking for salvation in fleeting, empty things like fame, money, or toxic relationships, ultimately encouraging self-reliance and authenticity. I can see it. I can see it because now, thinking back about the lyrics, I think she was mentioning things, yeah, about how, like, what's the word here? Vain. How vain fame can be, and materialistic things, money. Of course, we all need it, but you get to that point where it's like, what are you even doing at this point? Like, that's just full on greed, and people will do a lot for greed. So yeah, maybe it's taking like a hit to the music industry and where it was at the time. I mean, I think it still applies today, maybe more than it did back then. But yeah, I like this type of music that makes you think, right? That sure, it's pop, folk pop, but it's pop nonetheless. But most of pop that we hear is just like about the chorus, just about being catchy, about being trendy, and a lot of people listening to it because of how simple it is. But music like this one, that it's like, wait a minute here, we have a message, we have a story, and we have questions, right? This is a level of depth that I enjoy, and definitely I think that has more more weight to it and should be praised more. So I've reacted to a few people from the 90s, if we're specifically talking about this era. Alanis Morissette, I reacted to her the other day, and Natalie Merchant. Many reactions to her, and I think she's one of the best songwriters. Just every time I listen to her music, I'm like, wow. So Jewel is giving me that same vibe. It's like, okay, her music is deeper than just like a pop song on the radio, and that's what we're here for on the channel. So thank you guys for watching. If you have more suggestions of any of her music, feel free to comment, subscribe, and at the end do a flip. Till the next.